They're mowing the grass today. Don't you just love hidden gems? Hey guys, it's Chanel, aka Foreverly Reads, and we're going to be talking about a helpful tool I found to self-edit. Now before I get into that, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and make sure you hit the notification button so you can be aware whenever I make a new video. Let's talk about Immersive Reader. If you have Microsoft Word, you probably noticed a feature called Immersive Reader, or you ignored it because sometimes it just happens, like what I did. Anyways, when I self-edit, I tend to notice that I skip over a lot of missing words or sentences, and the sentences that I do have, it's repetitive, it has a lot of errors, or it should be a sentence that should be removed entirely. I do read aloud when I self-edit, but I think sometimes my brain replaces the word that's missing, so sometimes I'm still not able to catch it. After a while, I started to use Microsoft Read Aloud feature to help me self-edit. It's such a great feature because now you're hearing a voice that's not yours reading over your work. Things already sound strange enough once it's a computer reading over your work, so now it's easier to catch missing words. So after using the Read Aloud feature, I started editing on my phone rather than doing the edits on my computer. Depending on your settings, the way that the paragraphs are shaped on my phone is very different from the computer, of course. It's more tighter, the sizing is different. I will write on my laptop and then I would do the track changes on my phone. Doing that was good for a while, but the problem is with your phone, it actually shows all the markups, which is fine, but once you're making a lot of major changes, it all starts to become very jarring because now you see the stuff you scratched out along with the new stuff. Even though it's color-coded, it can be a bit confusing sometimes. So then I started to wonder, how can I make edits that's like my phone, but I can still do it on my laptop? Then that's when I discovered Immersive Reader. Immersive Reader is an ageless feature to help enhance your reading ability. You're able to space out your words, show syllables, and even more. So it's like, I'll probably have to do that all over again. What I like most about Immersive Reader is that it's almost like looking at a manuscript. So now you have fresh eyes to look over your work when it's time to edit. So I mentioned how you're able to change the spacing of your words. So I'm just going to switch over to my phone to show you how to get to Immersive Reader through Microsoft Word. So what you really have to do is just select the view option, and then as you can see right next to the focus, it actually has a section called Immersive, and then that's where you can go to the Immersive Reader there so it can format it in that way. So usually in Immersive Reader, it usually takes you to like this format without the color, already pre-selected the color, but it will usually be like a white background. This was what we'll usually type in as a normal document. And this one is more spaced out, font's different. Here is the normal text spacing for Immersive Reader. Same font, Times New Roman. Everything's with the sizing is the same. It's just that the line spacing is more close together. So with the column width is actually how you edit how much of the line you want to spread across the page. So I personally like having it on narrow, but you can see the options for very narrow, moderate, and wide. And so what I have right now is the narrow, and it's kind of like a manuscript format, or even like the very narrow is almost like looking at a actual like printed book or reading like a manuscript that you did yourself. And it is pretty cool how you get to pick the background colors of the text document. I don't really go too crazy on it. I just pick the Speedia background for it, or you can just do white, black, gray, and you can see all the colorful that they have to set for the background. Actually, something I just discovered while making this video is the line focus. So apparently you can set your line focus to either 1 line, 3 lines, or 5 lines. I've been having it on none this whole time, but I should have had selected this on something. So this is how line focus looks like. I'm pretty sure this is selected on 3 lines. So you just see how it just focuses on what you're reading. Like this would be like so great when I did a read aloud. But this will be really good, especially if you're the ones who decided to read it yourself. So you can just keep track of where you're reading and just keep pressing the down button as you're reading down the page. The line focus with the text spacing. So you can see that it still applies here. So I just got through editing chapters 1 through 19 of my current WIP, and that's also including the prologue. And I was able to catch a lot of missing words with Immersive Reader. I was able to reword sentences or add or just remove sentences entirely because they were probably repetitive or they just weren't necessary. I actually use this feature so much and I can't imagine editing without it. The best advice I can give to you about using Immersive Reader is when you're writing for your WIP, just write it as a normal document, no Immersive Reader, keep the spacing the same as you would normally when you're typing out your story. And then when it's time to edit, that's when you use the Immersive Reader. That you can have fresh eyes to look over the document. You know, everything is either close together or spaced out. So now things are already looking a bit foreign to you. They're mowing the grass today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. If you know any writer that needs this advice right now, you're welcome to share. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram to get more insight on writing and just to follow my writer's journey. Don't forget, guys, to hang on tight because we're writing something great.